Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another MAMG Let's Play of Valhalla. When we left off, what happened? We had a little glitch girl appearing once again, and Mario stopped by, which was kind of fun and sweet, but we have 1 day to get $10,000 or we're gonna be evicted. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least. Like, seriously. Okay, you've been talking a lot with that Alma girl. Jealous? I bet 4 is. I'd be jealous. Okay, so what's going on in the news? BTC closing 40% of its bars in Glitch City. The British Trademark Council is facing some economic troubles in Glitch City, and it looks like they're on their way out. Blaming rising inflation rates and weak currency, the BTC has given the order to disband almost half of its recreational businesses in the city. We can't keep doing business like this. A Glitch City has a negative impact in our earnings and we can't continue in the red, a PR representative told the Augmented Eye. Prime Minister Quincy, on the other hand, thinks the BTC is just too greedy. Oh yeah, so greedy. They make a lot of money already now, and they're crying because they can't have more. Give me a break. Oh yeah, this. Late to the party, Augmented Eye. Yeah, seriously, super late to the party. Alright, wearing socks with sandals in public is now a crime. Gods be praised, first silly law I'm all in for. I like to say that we have the freedom to wear whatever we like in the streets of Glitch City so long as we adhere to decency rules. However, that's about to change. Glitch City's Department of Public Decency, that's a department? Okay, has declared that wearing socks and sandals together is a punishable crime. If convicted, the guilty face 3 days in jail as punishment for using that abominable combo. But what do you think? Should we wear whatever we want? Or should the fashion police of high society decide for you? Whatever the case, I think I'll simply stick to the right side of the battle. Goodbye, socks and sandals. Weird. Okay, birth rates decrease as youth prefers Lillum Company. Makes sense. At the beginning of the century, the idea that people would rather be with robots instead of other humans was treated as a joke. But the reality is that the convenience of these kinds of relationships have become immensely popular in Glitch City's youth, to the point where birth rates are beginning to decrease at an alarming rate. Annie May, a 17-year-old student, agrees with the general sentiment. It's just so much better than dealing with other people, you know? You can just make your own perfect partner. Oh, and the sex is amazing. Don't even get me started. It's expected that new regulations will soon be announced to address the situation. Being only with Lillum can be tiring, though. Yeah, being only with Dorothy would be interesting, to say the least. All right, gotta go to work. Let's do it. Let's make some drinks and change some lives. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we've got almost everything, but we're still missing a couple of things for Saturday. And so, I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as the official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea who that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but I wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not gonna say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy to fake helplessness. Fine, give me that list. I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages and he's only just started opening up. But he's taking a step backwards and I'm not gonna let him. He's opening up, for crying out loud. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar, I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then, to the office I go. As for me, gotta make those drinks. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Gil with a crush, huh? This place. Great. Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill. Sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming. Door's open. Go ahead. The door to the left. Thanks. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one, that's the bathroom? Wait, what's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did she? Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey kid, I'll have the usual. Right. Huh. He remembered me after 2 weeks. Alright, I know what this is. It's a big old beer. Alright, so kinda sucks that he's a regular and he's chasing after our idol friend. But it is what it is. Alrighty. Mixed. What? I did it wrong? Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's what I did wrong. Okay, got it. Boom. Boom. Hang on. My brain is not working the way I need it to. There we go. Here. This seems right. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think with all that's happening, they'd stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations, and I can't afford to be understaffed. So, I had to come up with some sort of a reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my feed, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A crappy page that'll over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put it simply, I'm being clutched by the balls, in the non-pleasant way. Zaibatsu and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once, and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice, and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenario, is that they'll buy the operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep, my butt's on the line. Huh. Glad to see this hellhole still in one piece. The BTC has been going ape crap closing bars lately. Oh, yeah, that. Yesterday they closed one that served up a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week, they closed 3 small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. Huh. Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certificates but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious that some restructuring will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, this ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Alright kid, let's try Moonblast now. Come again? Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. Alright, Moonblast? Sure buddy, that's what you want. Alright, I think we can double it. Yep. Awesome. All on the rocks and blended. Good. But Kira Miki's still hiding in the office. Here. Now, let's see what the ruckus is about. So what brought you here? Oh, right. Did you see a Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. Well then, classy. Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why though? Are you that bored? Don't you have like a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot as tits. Also, hot button tits. I don't know why I'm saying tits, but whatever. I'm suffering from the weirdest combo of being hard and curious as crap right now. I want to know just how detailed those King Class CH1A models are, personally. And so you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, don't you have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. Well then, so that Lilum isn't here, huh? I'll have to find a busty or enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Well then. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a Paul driver. Oh, I'll give you a pile driver. I'll pile drive you right out of my counter. All right. Fine, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gotta make money. I can't really say nothing today. Okay. And 8. All mixed. Boom. Here. All right. Well, seeing as she's not here, I have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that looks a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, all right. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. I hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video for her and took a couple of photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she did hide me, so it's the least I could do. But, well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Something sweet. I thought she wasn't really like an alcohol drinker, right? Wasn't that her thing? Wait, I'm going by name. I need to go by here. Okay. Sugar Rush. Okay, so I could do no alcohol for the Sugar Rush. Sparkle Star, also same thing. Blue Fairy. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so we don't want to do that. Brantini also has 1. Piano Woman has 3. Okay, so I think the Blue Fairy would be the most expensive. Sorry, Kira. Gotta make ends meet. I need a place to make sure I can rest my head at the night. Yeah, so how many did I do? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 of these. Aged and mixed. Here. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't know, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time too. Not the worst I've dealt with, but I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear try to dismiss it as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We were both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend so much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after he read it and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough, it wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans doesn't sit so well. I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. I'm the same way. I don't think I ever want anybody to be a fan of mine. Like, that's just weird. You know, like, no, we're all people, we're cool. It's whatever, you know? That's why I don't know what the term is for the community, but I would never use the word fan, ever. It's just weird. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are really good. And I'm not gonna lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Yep, we got tea. Spiced tea, here we go. Boom. Here. Perfect. Hey, you're a King Class CH1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and the DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Oh, I see. So anything new for this concert? Well, it is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we almost try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. Ah. So you know the B-Link girls. Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different they are from their onstage personas. Really? Suzu, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Aina is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Huh, hard to believe. I mean, their image is that of stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkempt, tone-deaf girls spewing virtual and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've got to go, but let's have a Sparkle Star first. Alrighty, Sparkle Star it is. Boom. Alright, so 2 of these. 2 of these. Okay, all aged and mixed. Here. Sparkling. Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please, come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. All right. Okay. So that's good. That was kind of quick, wasn't it? Oh well, save and go back. We got to see what's going on. Note to self, buy oil for that door. What door? All right then. Gil, you're in my spot. Please. Oh, sorry. Also, you're cleaning one of Boss's chicken buckets. Did Boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that then. Right. Greetings. Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with the Bleeding Jane today. Okay, Bleeding Jane. Boom. One of these. Sorry, I said one of these and I gotta double it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All blended. I wonder what Stella's doing back. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Say? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped by to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you'd ever come here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you can owe that to. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a nice pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. I see. Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of White Knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safely guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, breaking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right there and fled when the lynchings went on. Any White Knights still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynchings, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky. They got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk lying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify those expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field ripe with many patents, just opened for many, so I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is literally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of the very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor was heavily modded to the point that they look like a squad of henshin heroes. What? Her little nerd is showing. Henshin, like, you know, I was gonna say like Sentai fighters, but that doesn't really help either. Like Power Rangers. Like they transform. Henshin means to transform. Yep, okay, cool. They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He has one of the few, if not the only suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an understatement. You know a lot about this. It's interesting, the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. It also helps put up a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulations and laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corps has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corps because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what tantamounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. Then again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just a front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corps chose. He makes a fool of himself and the attention's taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corps is actually doing. Yeah. So, what you're saying is that Glitch City is basically a huge theme park. I've called it the White Knight's glorified mall security in the past, so yeah. Huh. No, seriously. And what? Can I get a Brandtini here, please? Sure. Brandtini. Oh, she's so awkward. It's kind of adorable. 2 more. 2 of these, right? Did I do that right? Nope. What did I do wrong? Let's see. Oh crap. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I did that one fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh, 2 of these. But yeah, it still filled up the slots. Whoops, I suck today. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today. Does it show? A bit. Your ears are flip-flopping a little bit, you know. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets for the Kiramiki Encore tonight. Nice. Oh, right. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name though. And like last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I mean, You always want the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backfiring of that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone that everyone wants to root for. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting crappy people. Although to be honest, I've never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far though. My daddy always insisted that being ruthless in the bedroom, whoops, the boardroom doesn't mean being a butt. And he actually has managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was here that easily? You're not the kind to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert that easily? What about security and the like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with saying her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you give me a classic drink? Sure. Classic drink, okay? Okay, so a beer, a bleeding Jane, or a frothy water? 200, so that's not too bad. Okay, I think I'm gonna give her a bleeding Jane. Why not? Sorry, had to concentrate there for a second because apparently I suck at making drinks. And blended, I still suck. Neat, I missed one power delta. That's what that was. Wow, okay. You'd think that if I did it quietly, I would be good, but apparently not. I'm sorry. Hopefully nobody actually comes to have a drink today because I would mess up everything. Twice? Wait, did I not do 6? I did the same mistake twice. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did that. I swear I did that. Why? Why is that happening? The game is messing up. That's what it is. Was it Anna? Was that her name? She's messing with me. That totally has to be what it is, right? Thank you. I think you should know about this. About what? Say, told me about your eye. That? Oh yeah, I knew. You did? Say told me. I'm alright. Don't worry. Still, that was quite the, I mean, man. We all have our own share of painful stories. I might just be as shocked from hearing something from you. I've gotten over it, but every time someone brings attention to my eye, it starts hurting. The tech and the replacement's good enough, but remembering it hurts a bit. Oh. Still, she also told you about that Virgilio guy, didn't she? You know him? Virgilio Armandio didn't net any results, but after digging deeper, we found another name. Timothy Mercury, branded traitor after killing fellow White Knight, declared MIA. Seems the guy knew how to hide himself. What are you gonna do? At the very least, seek him to thank him. It's the least I can do. Oh, wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would it be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zybotsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in the database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention, they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized anyone still inside those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that were by all illegal means. The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you can screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money just start making rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any mess-ups using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Alma. No hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First, the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stops. And before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. Am not. In fact, I'll go through that door again, and I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten love, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as one of the gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender, I did not. So, you like poetry? I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with a big cobalt velvet. Sure. So she's an Edgar Allan Poe fan, huh? Pretty cool. Alright, 3 of those, or 4. I can count, probably. Okay, so far it's perfect. Yay, I did a thing on the first try. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Does the name Shadowmaster 69's Chronicles ring any bells? Wow, you went pale. No, the name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd. Today my daily card readings told me that I'd meet a great change, thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I'd been picked for an inter-school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was revolutionary as I thought. Soon I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later entries don't seem to have gone that well though. Mentions of being laughed at, being lectured on why the essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that all have stuff archived. Why? Why? Sheesh, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing it all is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no. I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know. I like the way you looked. All dressed in black with the rare accessory popping out, thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh God, you have a pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know? I didn't request documents or anything. What led you to the page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You were obsessed with occultism. I wanted to kiss all the boys. And I kind of almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me to this day. Well then. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if they think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not too proud of as adults. Now I know how criminals feel when the evidence is used against them. I have to ask though, why the 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in a reference to both the lovers and the hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Jill, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12 at the time. Even at 12, I knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Okay. Well, this is interesting. I mean, we're getting to know a little bit more about everybody, which is cool. Get 2 of those, and we'll do like, 2. That's fine. Boom. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past, I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine, fine. Long-lasting relationships, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yup. Well, I've had about 4 boyfriends who I'd describe as such, and that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep her. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit and before you know it... Anyways. Oh. Well, at least Alma left him. The other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? I spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I had to break up with him. But I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, will ya? Sure. We are learning a lot more about these characters now, and I absolutely love it. Whoops. Okay, I think I can save it. 2 of those. 4 of those. Okay, good. It's saved. Yeah. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow. You really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and I won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now, ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I'll gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing and these replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. There's other utilities like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like the computer's cursor. There's lots more, but they're small things that don't sound that impressive when I say it out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments. But as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not for everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. A bit of cosmetic treatment and it could pass off as their original hand with no problem. Last I heard, they were compatible and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. And you didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. So, are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You were pretty pissed about my comment regarding your boobs. Again, I'm sorry, it sounded a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Oh, why? You just call me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you just used it up. Ah! Surprise! Hey, Alma, this might be a weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey! Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read once that was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then act as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result would basically be an image not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in the body. Even if 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still, an interesting read though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convince yourself you're crazy. Well, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey, boss. You're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am. Yeah, why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as a soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No, seriously, 8th grade what? Is that supposed to be a Chunibyo reference? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's a show, it just happens to use fights as an expression. You might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not at all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, well, wait, what? Come here! 8th grade what? Ah, that's awesome, okay. I don't think I got a no- oh, I did get a no mistakes thing. Do I have enough? I feel like an adult. I think I made enough. You were charged with 10,000. Have a nice day. Oh, this is so good. Jill will have a roof over her head for another month. A sense of relief will make sure she focuses at work. Have a very nice day. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and leave this episode here. I have no idea what's gonna happen, but we managed to pay rent. Oh my God, we managed to pay rent. That is fantastic. All right, so next time we'll continue on, and I think the New Year's party's coming up here soon. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ Let's Play.